What's up, party people? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a short vlog about my time in Denmark, which was last summer. And I took a really long time to edit this because I was lazy. Basically, I had a great time both in the city, in the country, and in the hospital. And one day the team for social media asked me if I wanted to do a day in the life. And I said, of course, yes. So that being said, I had the day more or less basically to just film around and show around and post it on Instagram, and this is what happened. So when this was filmed, I was actually authorized to sort of do it. I think they didn't know how great the system actually was.
Alright, it's 6:50 a.m. and I just woke up and my voice sounds like I do testosterone therapy. And yeah, we have to go to work.
Alright, there it is. There's not really a special routine. I just wake up, put on clothes, do the normal usual stuff like brushing teeth, and then I bounce off and go to work. Sometimes I have a breakfast, sometimes I don't. At this point, I'm not really having breakfast.
One of the worst parts about Denmark is the weather. It can be very moody, it can change about 10 times a day. It can be sunny and raining at the same time. But however, that doesn't stop you from going to work with your bike. And when you get there, you already have the toughest decision to make. It's probably the worst decision yet that you have to make. And that's picking the white clothes which you have to wear for the day. And then you check them in, and after you're ready, and after you put them on, the day can start.
So we're going to the first morning meeting, which is at 8. So the day usually starts at 8 o'clock with the meeting. That being said, you have to be a little bit earlier in order to change, get the clothes, and put on the suit. And at 8 o'clock, there's a meeting with all the doctors where we talk about patients, and if anybody has a case where things have to be discussed, then this is usually the time to do it, and they present the case and everybody can chip in and discuss, which is really great. And the thing is, I don't speak Danish very well and everybody's speaking in English, which is pretty insane just because of me, meaning there's over 30 people, 30 doctors in the room, and almost everybody speaking English because of me. I can speak a little bit of Danish, but at the end of the day, they're all speaking English because of me, which is great. When there's a case to be discussed, you can also chip in because the hierarchy is here really flat, so you don't have to really care that much if you're going to ask the wrong question, and they actually explain it just for you. Also, just because you're a medical student doesn't mean you can't say anything. I think they also would love to hear from you. Of course, when you don't know that much, you're really careful what to say, but the hierarchy is so flat in some sense that you can feel really comfortable to ask anything that you want, and they will more than gladly explain it for you. So this is a thing that I haven't really encountered that much. So, and also, if you want the best coffee is of course in the nurses' room. So you're gonna have to go inside there and get the coffee from the nurses. Sometimes it can be tricky. Never the snacks from the nurses, just the coffee, because sometimes they can be really mad. So be nice to the nurses. So we're gonna sneak inside into the nurses' room to get the crispy coffee from the new machine that they got, I think 3 weeks ago. And we're gonna get some premium coffee. So it's time to do the task, which you just sneak in and make sure your days go smoothly, because this is really important. Coffee and snacks are important. And there's 3 things you can't say no to as a medical student, which is a place to sit, something to drink, and to go home early. Nobody's here, which is perfect. We grab some glasses. We do a quick drive-by. Put it here. Grab some coffee. You can do it strong. I just like to do it middle, and then you have your coffee. And since we finished the task, you taste the smell of victory and sip, and the day can continue. So you get 2 and use the one for yourself, and the other one you use to bribe people. So if you bribe people, they'll be more nice to you. One, you give it to the junior or attending doctor, depends who you're working with, and you also can grab a coffee for them. That being said, always bribe the people you're working with. So get more and they'll be nicer with you.
And we're back at the emergency department where you have artificial sunlight because you don't usually see any. And after 30 minutes of me goofing around, we're trying to do some actual work where the others are going to teach me how to do it. And you can see these bad rollers here where you can use them to get from one point to another. And we're going to do some ultrasound today.
Okay, so this is the room where we do the echoes, and there's a thing called in Denmark a master echo or a master ultrasound, which is when a certified technician actually does them. So we have two technicians who actually do this. They're incredibly good. One of them has been doing this for over 20 years, and I'll see if I can find him. He actually taught me a lot about echo, and echo meaning ultrasound, and he's an incredibly good teacher. And also the other one, which is a lady called Christina, she's also a DJ on the side. She's really cool. She also gave me a ton of tips on what to do in the city, and if I find them later, I'll talk to them and maybe they'll give us some tips. So today I'm in the ER and it's pretty chill, but at one point a lot of things started happening. Now we have few patients and my attending is taking care of the other stuff while I grab lunch for us so we can do the things pretty much normally. And we're gonna eat at the computer because we can't get a lunch break. We have a meeting in 1, but we'll see. Because we have a rule that says that you can get the food for the normal price if you can close the lid, and if not, you have to pay extra. And because I'm a med student, I will pack this more than a suitcase at the airport, and it will be airtight. Okay, we finished the work. This is Michael, and
Hello.
we have one question for you. So we'll ask him what advice would he give himself as a younger medical student.
I would say make sure that you learn the ABCDE algorithm because it's very useful in an urgent situation, no matter if you are in the emergency department or in the ward where something has happened.
And something about choosing the specialty, how would you advise them to do that?
I would say follow your heart and your personality because you're going to work with something for many years, and make sure that you choose something that you are satisfied with.
And not just go for the money.
Not just for the money.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
So that's it for today. Okay, it's been a kind of a long day, and it's if you work in the ER, you're gonna know that the day is either a hit or a miss in some sense. There's never a dull day. Today, for an example, we were examining a patient who had a non-STEMI, or we were unsure if he might have had just a spasm of the vessels, and we weren't sure, so we were examining him. And as we were doing that, the patient next to him on the bed started falling off from the bed and having a seizure, so we had to take care of that too. That being said, in the ER, it could never be a dull day, so there's a lot of things happening, and it can be really stressful, and you actually learn a lot. So the best place to be is in the ER if you like the little bit of amount of stress, or actually the insane amount of stress, depending of the day, of course. But that's it.
So the other department was so nice that they had a breakfast every Friday together before starting their shifts. But the city in total, Copenhagen, is absolutely amazing. You can do so much. For an example, this football event, and just every day somewhere is happening something, or you can just enjoy the summer and the sun.